Ain't black.
I'm not Chris
That's
Wallace.
Thank
you, Tim.
Fact.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. President Trump refused to condemn them during the debate. So just
watch this segment on Jake Tapper where Tim Murtaugh, who's a spokesperson for Donald Trump's campaign, tried to excuse Donald Trump for what he said last night in the debate, but then tried to hold Joe Biden accountable for something he did 40 years ago. Take a listen in.
Should be. Which of these two men is better for the black community? The president's record is clear. Lowest unemployment ever for black Americans. Historic funding to historically black colleges and universities. The First Step Act, letting people out of prison early for nonviolent offenses, giving them a second chance at life. Joe Biden, meanwhile, palled around with racist, segregationist senators to prevent the integration of schools. His own running mate took him to task for that during a Democrat debate.
If we're going to start talking, I did, obvious. Of course. And if we're going to start talking about,
if we're going to talk about
that's fine. If you want to talk about what Joe Biden was doing in the 1970s when he worked with segregationist senators,
let's talk about how just in this election,
have at it.
He said that he believes that all black people think the same, and he said if you're not voting for him and you're black, then you ain't black.
I'm not Chris Wallace. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. President Trump refused to condemn them during the debate. So just
all right, so a couple of things from this. One, he's not Chris Wallace, and that's a good thing because Chris Wallace allowed Donald Trump to get away with this too many times last night. Donald Trump's strategy and the campaign of his strategy, apparently, is to make sure that they interrupt any meaningful conversation with as much childishness and pettiness as they possibly can so that nothing substantive can be discussed. That's what we saw last night. Number two, this is the height of absurdity that Tim Murtaugh does not want to answer for what Donald Trump did last night in his refusal to condemn white supremacy. In fact, not only did he not condemn white supremacy, but he gave an order to white supremacists telling them to stand by, which is an order to say, be prepared, stand ready.
To condemn
white supremacists and right Proud Boys,
stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what, somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left.
So this is a reasonable argument in their minds. Tim Murtaugh thinks that it's 100% okay for Donald Trump to say that last night, to refuse to condemn white supremacists because, number one, Donald Trump is a white supremacist. And number two, he understands his base are white supremacists. So how can he condemn something that he is, and how can he condemn the people who support him? He can't do it. Yet and still, Tim Murtaugh thinks that we should hold Joe Biden accountable for something he did 40 years ago, 50 years ago, as compared to holding Donald Trump to something he did last night by refusing to condemn white supremacy. This is the illogic, the disingenuousness, and the downright absurdity of the Republican Party and Donald Trump's campaign. They are a threat to our democracy. They see nothing wrong with it. In fact, here's another Trump spokesperson today.
And I'm sorry, but we're moving away from the question. As you know, that is grabbing a big chunk of the headlines this morning. The president saying, quote, Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. Does the White House, the president, want to clarify or explain what he meant by that? Because they're celebrating it, the group.
I don't think that there's anything to clarify. He's told them to stand back.
She conveniently leaves off the most important part when he said stand by. And that's exactly what the Proud Boys took. They looked at that and they celebrated that as orders from their commander-in-chief to stand by for Election Day. And I'm sorry, we simply do not have time to stand back or stand by and allow Republicans to play their rhetorical games of disingenuous arguments that are meant to deflect from the reality that the president of the United States can no more condemn white supremacy because he himself is a white supremacist and his core constituency is white supremacy.
Ain't black.
I'm not Chris Wallace. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. President Trump refused to condemn them during the debate.